Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are all doing good. I want to come on here and talk about something that I want to bring awareness to, because I was on this pill myself. And I just want to talk about it. I know I'm not a doctor. I know I'm not a doctor. I'm just telling my personal story from my perspective. So, I was on birth control. I was on birth control when me and my husband first started dating. And it was the time, I think it was right around the time that we were going to get married and stuff. And we were engaged and stuff like that. I can't really remember the full details. So, two reasons I went on birth control was I was having really bad period cramps and bleeding and stuff like that. I know TMI. Periods and stuff, like to say. And we wanted to make sure that, now looking back, I wasn't worth trying it. Yes, it was. And we wanted to make sure that I didn't get pregnant and stuff while we were dating and stuff. So that's the two reasons why. So we went to my daughter. At this time, me and my husband were going to the same daughter because we were dating and stuff, and at that time I think we were planning on getting married. So we were kind of, I think, at this time, slowly transferring everything over to one. I think. I'm not sure. So, my daughter put me on birth control. And this birth control, she said that it had side effects and stuff. And I wrote everything down. If you guys see me looking down, that's why. So I was on birth control, and let me tell you guys, kid you not. Well, let me go back. So they put me on birth control. I started the birth control, and at first I felt good on it. I was like, okay, maybe this is going to work. I have times, I had a schedule, I had in my calendar when to take it and stuff like that. But on this birth control, there was another pill in the package to where you can skip your period that month. If you didn't want your period and stuff and you knew it was coming, you can skip that period. So, I don't know, well, it went wrong, and I don't know if that was the whole thing or it was just the birth control itself. But I remember one month, I was like, let me just try skipping my period. I never took this pill. I never tried or anything. So I tried, my period didn't come. And I was like, this is so amazing. I love it. But then, as I kept taking the regular birth control and stuff, I developed, and yes, my doctor told me the side effects and stuff, what to look for. But I never, to be honest with you guys, never had migraine in my whole entire life. So, one, I did not know what a migraine was. Two, I never had one. So, I was and I was getting these headaches every single day. And I'm like, why am I getting these headaches? At this point, I didn't think anything of it. And my husband's like, well, we should let your daughter know, just to let her know what's going on and stuff, to keep her informed. And I was like, no, it's probably just a regular headache. Don't let her know. It will be fine. It will go away. I did that. My husband was saying, hey, let's let her know. I didn't want to. Thinking these headaches would go away and stuff. Was it bad on my part to not let my daughter know sooner? Probably was. But you know what? It is what it is now. So I kept having these headaches every single day. And they got worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. So finally, my husband's like, we need to let her know because they're just not good and stuff. So we let her know that I was having these headaches. And she's like, these just not a regular headache, they just a migraine. And I'm like, oh, well, I never had a migraine, so I didn't know. You guys, this is what made me sound even crazier. She put me on another birth control. And keep in mind, they are supposed to test your blood when you are on these medicine. My daughter never once test my blood. Never once say, hey, let's do blood work. Let's check your levels. Never once they said that. And I was like asking for it. I was being my own person. I was like, hey, are we supposed to do blood work every month so often to see what my levels are and regulate? And every single time that I asked for them, they said no. We don't need to do blood work. You are fine. Here's your other birth control. Be on your way. And I was like, me and my husband both look at each other. And we're like, that's kind of weird. Like, we are supposed to do blood work at this time and point. Never once did blood work. So she switched me from the first birth control to the second birth control. The birth control was different and stuff, and she's like, this birth control maybe is better for you, let's just try it and see. So I'm like, alright, fine. So I was on it for literally, you guys, for 1 week. And let me tell you what issues I had. First off, bad headaches. Again, I dealt with migraines every single day. But the worst of them was kid you not, you guys, I was two different people. I was like this nice, happy Amy, go out and bubbly Amy. You know, I was sweet to people. And then the other moment, I was this like mean, evil Amy that came out. That was screaming, yelling at everyone, snapping at everyone. I know, I feel bad. And it was awful. And at this point, I was kind of like knowing something was going on with my body. I didn't feel like myself. My hormone, I felt like everything in my body was so off. Something was wrong. There is a high alert that I did not like. Something I didn't like about myself. So I told my husband, me and my husband were talking one night. And he's like, why are you adding weight to weight and stuff? And I told him, I'm like, I don't feel like myself. Something is really wrong here. I don't feel like myself. You guys. So he's like, okay, that's weird. Like, what type of feelings are you feeling? Like, what about yourself you are not feeling okay about? I feel like I'm two different people. There's this nice version of me, and then there's this mean version of me that comes out at random points. and I can't control it, I said. He's like, huh, very interesting. And so he looked it up, you guys. That is one of the side effects on this birth control. And my daughter never told me about it. So he's like, all right, well, I'm contacting the daughter ASAP because this is not right. You are telling me that it's on the side effects. We need to get to the bottom of it right now. So he messaged my daughter. I know I'm not going to say my daughter's name. I know she's not working there anymore, but still, I just want to keep her name out of it. He messaged my daughter and said, hey, like, this is what's going on with her. Can she just get off of it? Because it's not good and we just want to get off and just clean her system out. So she's like, yeah, that's fine. You can get off of it and stuff. Well, she proceeds. She's like, well, there is this device that can be surgery inserted. It's a birth control device. If I find what I'm talking about, I will put it up on the screen. It's like birth control and stuff. And at this point, I didn't feel comfortable with that. I don't want any surgery. I'm, for the most part, healthy. So I'm like, no, I don't want that. I'm okay and stuff. I think this birth control is called IUD. It can't be surgery replaced in your body somewhere. I don't know why it can be placed, but it can be placed inside your body. At this point, I didn't feel comfortable with that. So if I can find it, if that is the right term, I will pop it up on the screen, like I said. So yeah, so right now, fast forwarding, I'm off birth control. What I have gotten through with birth control, I don't recommend it because of these side effects and what I experienced. Now I know people say, oh, it's good for this and this and this. Well, that's not the case. But I do want to say that after I got off birth control, I looked those 2 birth controls up that I was on. Both of those companies, I'm not going to say the company, both of those companies, the last time I checked, was being sued. And I don't know why, I didn't really look into the details, but they were both being sued for a lot of reasons. And those were both of the birth controls that I was on. That's my story about birth control. Like I said, I don't know if I'm going to post this video. If I did, you guys are going to be seeing it. But hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys in my next video to come. Bye, guys.